Hello, welcome back to my haunted library. It's Regina. Hope you're doing well. So today I'm very thrilled to announce a new reading challenge. Well, it's actually an old reading challenge, but we're doing it again this year, and that is the Gothic Heats Reading Challenge. We did it last year for the month of February, and we're doing it again with a few different prompts. So when I say we, I mean, I think we're the same group as last year. We have, was Elizabeth with us? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, this year it's Elizabeth Sagewood, E.D. Lewis, Aphrodite Lee, and author D.L. Tillery. So I tried to look more Gothic than usual today, if that's possible, by wearing my favorite hat of all times. I bought this one trip I was on a head trip too, when I saw the price tag and bought it anyway, and when I was in New Orleans. This was from a wonderful hat shop in the French Quarter. I don't know if you can see the beautiful details, but everything is black on this hat. It's so funereal, and Fleur de Paris, I think, is the name of the shop. It might still be there. You know, it's been a while since I've been there, but I totally lost my mind and bought this hat. So I have to wear it every once in a while. Yeah, so we're into the challenge, and this year we came up with some really fun prompts. A little different from last year. And one thing I wanted to try to do was choose as many books from my own library shelves as possible. So let's see what I've come up with, and I can't wait to see what my co-hosts are going to be coming up with. We've been sharing some things, and I'm excited. So each of the challenges has like a name that relates to something to do with Gothic literature. Anyway, we hope it makes sense. Number 1, Dracula. Read a Gothic story with a vampire love interest. So for this, I'm going to choose a book that's been on my shelves for a while. Oh, you know, when you open up a paperback and you find bat stickers in it, that's always a good sign. I had no idea those were here. Or else Batilda's been reading it, which is a possibility. But anyway, I thought I would include some short stories in my challenge just because it's a lot to read in a month. So this is a book I found in a used bookstore somewhere at a thrift shop. It says all sales final 99 cents with a sticker. You know we love stickers. But this is called The Best of Dreams of Decadence. Vampire stories and poems to keep you up till dawn. From the premier magazine of vampire literature. I don't know that magazine or what they're referring to, but I love this idea of dreams of decadence. That sounds like fun. This came out in 2003. So what I'm going to do is dig around in this book and sample some short stories or poems with a Gothic theme, which it sounds like it won't be hard finding them. So that's that one. Number 2, Wuthering Heights. Read a Gothic story featuring a large estate. So for this one, I just went over to my Women Running Away from a Castle paperback collection and pulled out Witch's Crossing by Florence Stevenson. Classic cover, gotta love that. And it just so happens to feature a mansion or a big estate, which doesn't surprise us. The curse of the Caldwells was weaving a web of deceit and destruction. Beautiful young Clarissa Caldwell could feel it encroaching upon all who dwelt in the ancient family mansion. There we go, ancient family mansion. Covered. Number 3, Jane Eyre. Read a Gothic story featuring a governess. Well, I was going to go with my Dark Shadows books with Victoria Winters, but then I remembered, and because I want to read things that are a little newer, I have a book that was like a USA Today bestseller. I think I bought this in a drugstore on a whim, and this is The Au Pair by Emma Roos. Now, I don't know how Gothic this is. It does sound Gothic from the description. Seraphine Mays and her twin brother, love twins, Danny, were born in the middle of the summer in their family's estate on the Norfolk coast. Within hours of their birth, their mother threw herself from the cliff. This is already sounding very Gothic. The Au Pair fled, and the village thrilled with whispers of dark cloaks, changelings, and the aloof couple who drew a young nanny into their inner circle. Okay, and it goes on. It definitely sounds very Gothic, even if the cover's a little bland, but this is a long one, so that's why I'm choosing some shorter works in between, because that might take me at least a week to read. All right, number 4, Tule Witch. Tule Witch is actually, and I forget the author, but Tule Witch is actually the title of a super rare Gothic, like paperback, pulp Gothic, like I just showed you, with a black protagonist, heroine on the cover. And you can't find it for less than, I don't know, $50. But anyway, this was the challenge, is to read a Gothic story featuring a BIPOC main character. So, again, I went onto my shelves, and I've been wanting to read the books that I purchased at last summer's StokerCon. This is a collection from an author I met there named R.J. Joseph, a black female author, and it's called Hell Hath No Sorrow Like a Woman Haunted. So this is a collection of short stories, and from the description it sounds like there's plenty of Gothic themes going on here. So I'm really excited to dig into this and to, again, shop for my own shelves because I'm trying to do that. All right, number 5, Gaywyck. Now, Gaywyck comes from the title of a really great book that a couple of us read last year, Gothic Romance with a Gay Couple. Very campy and wonderful and over the top, and I loved it. So this is read a Gothic story featuring an LGBTQ plus main character. And I actually bought something new. I went on Amazon and did a little search, and I found a very intriguing book. This is called A Gentleman Tutor by Harper Fox. I love the cover. I'm very intrigued, and it's not too long. For Frank Hart, impoverished schoolteacher, January in London means a yearly fight to survive. A former soldier, his injuries have barred him from all but the lowest paid post, and the cold incapacitates him more. The chance to work as a tutor to Viscount Gracewater, son of the famous big game hunting Earl, comes as a lifeline to Frank. The Earl's Knightsbridge mansion, we have another mansion, so we have some crossover, which is good, is huge, elegant, and most temptingly kept warm from basement to attics. Okay, it goes on. I have a feeling this one is going to be a lot of fun. And look, I bought something new. Okay, number 6, The Moonflower. I think that comes from a Phyllis Wheatley book, which has a lot of exotic locations, a lot of her books. And this is the challenge, to read a Gothic story with an exotic setting. So I just went into my books and found a book that I've been in love with this cover ever since I bought it, and now I'm really excited to read it. And that is Black Orchid by Nicholas Meyer and Barry J. Kaplan. Look at that gorgeous cover. And here are our authors. Again, I'm shopping in my own closet, which is nice. Whoops. And let's just take a look at this quickly. A travel-worn soldier of fortune, Harry Kincaid was no stranger to exotic ports of call. He had negotiated the drawing rooms of Victorian London, the opium dens of Shanghai, the wild saloons of the Mississippi, and more. But nothing in his odd career had prepared him for the splendor and decadence of Manaus. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if that's a real place in the Amazon. Looks like fun. And what else? Number 7, Wife in the Attic, which is a theme from Jane Eyre and many other Gothics. Read a retelling of the classic Gothic story. Again, I bought a book, and this is also a BIPOC book, so I'm overlapping. This is What Souls Are Made Of, a Wuthering Heights remix by Tasha Suri. I got a nice hardback version because it was cheaper than the paperback, which happens sometimes. Oh my gosh, this print is so small, I can't even read it. Yorkshire, Northern England, 1786. As the abandoned son of a Lascar, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, a sailor from India, Heathcliff has spent most of his young life maligned as an outsider. When he's brought to a household of the Yorkshire moors, he clings to his birth father's language, even though it makes the children of the house call him an animal, and the maids claim he speaks gibberish. All right, already this sounds really interesting. I'm glad I stretched to newer things, because I tend to get into a bit of a rut. And that's the whole purpose of the challenges, is to go into some of the familiar stuff, but also to do stuff that stretches us as readers a bit. So I'm really looking forward to digging into all of these books and stories. And then the last one of the challenge is take a photo of yourself as a Gothic book cover and post it on social media. We had so much fun with this part of the challenge last year, and I can't wait to see what my co-hosts do this year. But I did mine. So I think last year it featured Batilda. This year it's going to be me, and I'm going to premiere it right now. I hope you join us, even if it's to read 1 or 2 stories or do the entire thing, and definitely think about posting your photo in your Gothic look. We would love to see it. So let me know in the comments below if you plan on joining us, and I will see you soon in the Haunted Library. Bye.